What's up guys, I'm DK Wrestler, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about all of the reveals, thus far at least as I'm recording this, for Funkoville 2023 aka San Diego Comic-Con 2023. So let's get right to it. So as I'm recording this video, Funko has announced 5 days of reveals for San Diego Comic-Con 2023. Not sure if the 5th day is the final day since they didn't do a retailers list as I'm recording this. So kicking off for day 1, it was a Goldie Roger wanted poster from One Piece. Now this isn't too bad, it's a little bit refreshing compared to just seeing boats pop rides like the last year and a half, but nonetheless this still looks cool. The pop inside of it is cool. Continuing the train of anime, it is a 2-pack of Tanjiro and Urokodaki from Demon Slayer. I know I probably butchered that, but at least I do know a little bit about this because I have seen the first season of Demon Slayer. And this is a pretty decent 2-pack considering that we've never gotten a pop of Urokodaki before, but we have seen lots of Tanjiros. So that's kind of the little ups and downs between this 2-pack because you want it with the new character, but you don't want it because of an already existing character that's been made at least 10 times already. Then we got ourselves a Rita Repulsa from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now originally when I saw this, I thought, wow, this is cool. And then I remembered about the original Rita Repulsa, but forgot what it looked like and didn't realize that this pop was very similar to that old Rita Repulsa, which now that's kind of like, oh, it's a little bit lazy. Then we got ourselves Air Razor from Transformers Rise of the Beast, and this is a pretty cool pop in terms of detail, but I don't exactly know what the character looks like in the movie to compare it to be like, yeah, that actually looks like that character from that movie. But nonetheless, it looks pretty cool from what I'm seeing in the pop. Speaking of Transformers, we have ourselves the Rodimus and Galvatron 2-pack for the Retro Toys Transformers. These pops look cool. I do like the Retro Toys versions of the Transformers pops. Both the details of these pops do look pretty cool, but I will admit that I would assume it's Rodimus because of the way that is written in the description. Kind of looks like the Hot Rod from the NFT set, to where there's a lot of similarities in that it kind of doesn't look like a new Transformers pop. Now kicking off day 2 of reveals was a new San Diego Comic-Con toucan along with Freddy Funko as toucan, and then a Loungefly bag of the toucan. Now these are some decent pops. I do like the toucan, but I think there have been better in prior years for San Diego Comic-Con, especially Rocker Toucan from last year's San Diego Comic-Con, but having Freddy Funko dressed up as toucan is pretty cool, not gonna lie. And then the Loungefly bag, even though I'm not really interested in Loungefly bags, that is probably the best of the 3 items for this reveal. Next up, we have ourselves a Diamond Collection 3-pack of the Powerpuff Girls. Now, I'm not entirely a fan of this because it is the same 3 singular pops we've gotten before, but now with a specification like Diamond Collection. But the upside to this will be one of the con-only pops, which definitely makes sense if you're just going to redo a pop and add a specification to it to make it a limited piece count for a Comic-Con. Next up, we have ourselves Barry Allen from The Flash, and the details on this is pretty cool. I have not seen The Flash yet, but I do like the detail in terms of the throne and especially the lightning energy around it. It's probably one of the best Barry Allen pops as terms to this set, including the ones they've made for the first common wave. Continuing on the train of DC Comics, it is the new Bizarro Superman for the Warner Brothers 100 set. Now this is a really cool pop. It is a really cool 2023 upgraded look of the original Bizarro Superman they made for the DC set. I love the detail of the ripped up cape and just the different posing that's involved compared to the original one where it is the old classic arms to the side like a lot of older Funko Pops. Next up is the Funko Gold figure of Snoop Dogg, and I'm not entirely the biggest fan of Funko Gold figure, but this was a little refreshing to see some Comic-Con exclusive Funko items of stuff that aren't Funko Pops. Alina Starkov from Shadow and Bone. Now, I've never heard of Shadow and Bone before, but the pop is alright. I mean, it does have the little energy coming out of the hands, but besides that, I feel it's a little bit basic. Then kicking off day 3 reveals, we have 2 Jimi Hendrix, one being a regular one, and then the other being a blacklight version. Now, I do like the posing as terms to Jimi Hendrix, but there are a couple of gripes for this pop. First off, it actually kind of looks more like Prince than it does Jimi Hendrix, and my second gripe is, was it really necessary to see the 3rd blacklight Jimi Hendrix pop, since already the 2 that were made that were Funko Shop exclusive and I believe Festival of Fun exclusive were alright as it is. I don't think we needed a 3rd one, and I feel like this is the worst of the Blacklight pops. Then for DC Comics Justice League, we have ourselves Trigon and The Question. Now these are some pretty cool pops. I mean, Trigon's got a lot of details with the 4 different eyes, the horns, and the posing. And then even though The Question is a little bit basic, I do like the idea of this Funko Pop not having a face. I mean, I'm sure it's staying true to what the character looks like, but how often do you see Funko Pops without faces? Then we got Talia al Ghul from Batman. The posing is a little bit basic, but it's kind of cool to get this character considering that a couple of years prior, we did get Ra's al Ghul, who is Talia al Ghul's father, so it's cool that now we have his daughter a couple years later for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pop. Then we have Bugs Bunny as Fred Flintstone for the Warner Brothers 100 lineup. Now this is pretty decent. I do like these mashups, but I just felt, in my opinion, why start up a new mashup between 2 separate Warner Brothers licensors when there's still more to be done, I feel, with the Scooby-Doo and Looney Tunes crossover, where maybe they can even go to the villains instead of just starting up a new one between 2 different ones. Kicking off day 4 reveals for San Diego Comic-Con, we have Frodo with Ring from Lord of the Rings. Now this is a pretty decent looking pop. We have had a couple of Frodo pops previously, but I do feel that this is the best Frodo pop that we have gotten thus far. I love the detail with the scuffing and the scars, and especially him holding the ring, as it is pretty much one of the final scenes, I believe, of Lord of the Rings. Then we have the Blacklight DC Comics Biddy Pops, and these are alright, but I do like the idea that these will be a limited piece count of, I believe, 4,000 pieces, and especially when there is a chase on the line, these Biddy Pops could actually be worth quite a bit of money. Jeff the Dude Lebowski from The Big Lebowski. Now this is really cool. I love the whole detail with the posing and especially kind of the base as terms to what I assume is a carpet, and I do feel that with this Funko Pop, it does not take away at all from the OG Pop, and especially the one they announced for Fun on the Run, where it's exactly almost like the OG Pop, but it's more of a black and white form to match the actual cover. But this one is just a different posing, and if you couldn't obtain the OG one, I think this definitely is the one to get. And now kicking off day 5, what may be the final day as I'm recording this, Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. Now this is pretty decent because Inuyasha doesn't really get that many pops, so when you see an anime reveal, it's very refreshing instead of, let's say, a Dragon Ball, a Demon Slayer, and especially One Piece like we've been seeing the last year and a half for Comic-Cons. So it's cool to see Inuyasha get a Comic-Con exclusive, since I believe it is the first ever Inuyasha Comic-Con exclusive pop. Then we have ourselves Scooby-Doo in scuba outfit, and this is a little bit plain. I mean, did we really need this? Not exactly, but I mean, I know that a lot of Scooby-Doo fans are pretty pumped to see this pop be made. Then for Jurassic Park, we have the hatching raptor as a pop, and then a set of pins for the lineup. Now, the hatching raptor is an absolutely amazing pop. I love the detail of the raptor, especially getting out of the egg. If they would have done it any other way, I don't think it would have been as good as we have it here, where obviously it's just opening up its eyes and there's like some sort of red goo. I'm not sure if it's blood or not, but that's coming out of the egg too. Such a detailed pop. Definitely one of the best Jurassic Park pops that Funko has made, in my opinion. Then we got ourselves the first Funko Soda reveal of the con, and that is Reptar from Rugrats. Now this is really cool. I think Reptar was actually executed pretty decently in Funko Soda form, and it's exactly how the common and the chase was for the pop was, where it is the green version for the common and then the purple version for the chase, and I think that definitely makes sense. Continuing on Funko Sodas, we have ourselves Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai. These are some mess sodas, and that's mainly because I felt they could have done so much more with the chases. Then we got ourselves Gaia from Captain Planet, which has a regular one and a diamond collection limited to 2,000 pieces. Now this is pretty cool. I know that Captain Planet just got announced recently as a wave of Funko Pop, so to see a Comic-Con exclusive is pretty cool, and I do like the idea of them once again doing a specification version that will be a limited piece count, and the glitter actually looks pretty nice on this character. Then we got ourselves Tweety from Looney Tunes, and it's cool to see more Tweety Pops. I don't know how often we get Tweety in the Looney Tunes lineup, but this version where it looks very casual with glasses and a hat turned sideways looks pretty cool. Then we got what I feel may be the #1 pop on everyone's wish list for San Diego Comic-Con, that being the Timmy Turner, Cosmos, and Wanda 3-pack from Fairly Odd Parents. Finally, the first ever Fairly Odd Parents Funko Pops. People have been wanting it for so long, and now we have it here in a 3-pack with Cosmos, Wanda, and Timmy Turner, and probably may be the best multi-pack thus far of 2023. Then we got ourselves Heimlich from A Bug's Life, and this is pretty decent. This is Heimlich near the end of the movie where he finally gets his wings since caterpillars turn into butterflies, but for some reason he hasn't been able to turn into a butterfly yet. Next up we have ourselves a Jessica Rabbit Funko soda figure. This soda is pretty decent, and a glitter chase does make sense, especially because her outfit is really shiny in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie. Next, we have ourselves Wicket from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. This pop is meh. They could have definitely done better with this, considering that we've seen a lot of Wicket pops, although the slingshot is pretty cool though. Then we got ourselves 001 from Stranger Things, and this is something that a lot of people are hyped for. Henry Creel in Funko Pop form. This is a really cool pop, and I know that this has started hitting shelves at Target in the US. So for those that already have this pop, kudos to you, but I can't wait until I see this in pop in person, considering my co-host MD Shady will be getting this pop to try and complete his Stranger Things set. Then we have Ariel from the live-action Little Mermaid movie, and this is bland. I mean, we've seen a couple Ariel pops already, and they don't look too different from this. Next is Young Leia from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and this thing looks great. We have been wanting a Young Leia pop for quite some time now, and we were wondering why there wasn't one announced with the recent set of them announced during May the 4th Be With You reveals, but now our question has been answered because Young Leia is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and this is a great pop to be made as a Comic-Con exclusive. And then the final pop announced for Day 5 of San Diego Comic-Con reveals is Short Round from Indiana Jones. Now this is a pretty decent pop, cool to see some characters from the Temple of Doom, unlike we've seen a lot of Raiders of the Lost Ark and a couple of The Last Crusade, but not a lot of Temple of Doom. And especially with the new Indiana Jones movie coming out very soon, it definitely makes sense for this to be announced right now to add more hype to that movie. Anyways guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video on me discussing about San Diego Comic-Con reveals, at least I feel so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you're planning to pick up for San Diego Comic-Con, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.